name is Roshana Simmons.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Nyahe.
We're so excited to share it with you. We think it's special and we hope that you enjoy it.
Or if you want to make it more. When I read the script and I saw the two different characters, and I started thinking about how they would fight.
Raven is a tomboy at heart. She grew up on the streets of New York as an orphan and always had to scrap her way around. She always had to stick up for herself. She's strong, she's tough, and she saw a lot of people being picked on around her that were not able to stick up for themselves.
Her style looks dirty, it looks rough, it looks like she can really throw a punch, she can take a punch, she's not afraid to get hit or take on a guy bigger than her.
Grace is in it for the game. She loves to play, she loves puzzles, and she loves the idea of capturing really smart bad guys at their own game.
Like Roshana's character, Grace, I took it off her name, Grace, so her fighting style is going to be like trained. She's a martial artist.
Cut! Thank you!
And to be here today and to see so many people who I thought about and envisioned in these roles actually embody them and really start to develop a life of their own and create characters that I couldn't even imagine. It's special. It's a gift, and I'm very grateful.
Let's roll camera and sound, please. Action.
Let's go, let's go. Everybody stop, this is a raid. He's kind of gruff, but he's a do-gooder. He's a good guy. And he and Grace have had a little bit of a history. He tries to do things by the book, but he bends the rules from time to time.
I'm actually from Los Angeles. I've never made a movie from start to finish in New York. But I have a lot of friends here, and I was visiting one, and they said, you know, this friend of mine is looking for a female action director. And I don't think there's that many of us. I think maybe there's a very short list of female action directors, and I'm very proud to be on that list. And we were introduced and we really hit it off, and I read the script and I got to meet Rebecca and Roshana, and I just fell in love with the project, and I said, hey, I'm gonna come out here and sleep on my friends' couches and make this movie with you.
I mean, if I were an actor, I would love to play a serial killer, so I feel like that's a compliment.
As soon as possible, and I'll let them know that you're...
Of course, it's in the 70s, so we pulled a lot from vintage shops, but I did also wanted to incorporate some of the new fashion. And this year we're actually having a lot of influence already in the 70s, so it's going to be a mixture of vintage as well as new clothes. Grace is going to be the very put together, posh and polished one. So she will be wearing very solid colors and not as many prints. The print is definitely going to be more for Raven.
This hair, especially because it's such an iconic 70s time period, different film research, different just every day, especially in New York City too, because so many people were more risky with their looks. So just doing a lot of research on all of that to find everyone's individual style.
The idea was to stay true to the 70s vibe, but give it a little bit of a modern feel too, so it wasn't completely 70s driven, but obviously influenced by the period. Once the fight is choreographed and we knew exactly where the injuries will happen, then we can start talking about what that will look like. I wanted to keep it still, keep the beauty of the face so that you didn't ruin it with a lot of effect, but still show that there's been some trauma.
Oh!
Come on, speak to me.
Oh, sorry, cut. I forgot. I was enjoying watching that so much that I forgot I had to cut. Sorry. That looked really good. That looked so good that I forgot to cut. In contrast to, say, just straight martial arts films, which are fun, this Foxy Brown, Pam Grier world that we've taken as our inspiration was all about attitude. It was all about style and color and and kind of like, you know, you can fight crime, but you can also have a lot of flair while you're doing it. And that's one of the things that's really fun about this style of project.
Thought a lot about the 70s movies I've seen, and then some 70s movies that were shot in bars or like concert footage from the 70s, and I really just wanted to capture that same kind of feeling without being cheesy, but being realistic.
As far as like picture styles and the look of things comes from the initial read of the script, talking to directors, pre-visualization. That's 3 days of sleep deprivation. That's exactly what that is.
It's kind of boring to talk about money, but that is always a challenge. When you are trying to create something very, very dramatic and ambitious and really beautiful, you never have enough money.
And I'd say another challenge is sometimes time, you know, in this business.
We don't sleep. I'm always working. My first moment of consciousness is what has to be done. We get through by the skin of our teeth often. It's messy, you know. I wouldn't have it any other way.
At the end of the day, when you have a baby, you have a creation, something that you want to bring to fruition, you're going to do anything that you can or have to do to get it done.
Take two, A mark.
Ready? And action.
But we do care about justice.
But we'll be fine.
I get emotional about this because when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be an actor. All I wanted to do was be an actor, and people told me that I couldn't do it and that I wasn't good enough. And I don't want any other little girl to ever have to go through that again, to ever have anybody tell them that they're not good enough or that they can't do something. Because it's simply not true. No matter who you are, you don't have to come from money. You don't have to have a ton of resources. All you need to have is your dream and the drive. And if you have that and you have the support of people around you, you can really accomplish anything.
I'm really excited about this first season. All I can say is there's going to be some romance. There is going to be some treachery and backstabbing. And more importantly, there's going to be some murder. Because that's what mysteries require. But throughout that, we're going to be kicking butt. And you get to learn more about Grace and Raven and who they are with each episode.
Game time.